One last thing. This one I want to talk about. Why? And I put us. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. Let me make sure I get this right. Hold on, y'all. For social media purposes, I don't want to misspell stuff. All right. Why? Why is Sexyy Red heavily criticized but not Megan Thee Stallion? Why? Let me play a video for y'all real quick. Now, this is kind of long-winded from this chick. She went viral for talking about Sexyy Red. And this fair use, by the way. But listen to her criticism towards Sexyy Red. Let's watch this.
I hate that bitch Sexyy Red. I promise you, I hate that girl. I hate her. I hate her. I wish somebody would make a diss record against her ass. I think I'm about to write a diss. I don't like that bitch. I don't like her at all. Like, she be single-handedly playing in y'all face. And I said to myself, who the fuck is her fan base? This is why I hate when y'all listen to her music. Like, y'all keep saying, like, yeah, man, but the beat hit. I don't give a fuck how much the motherfucking beat hit. Let me tell you something. Every time I hear that bitch in my motherfucking car, I turn her shit off because I know she detrimental to the black community. I know she motherfucking influencing young girls to pop they pussy open for a baby. I know that. I know that's what that bitch doing. And in the
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Keep going.
same breath, she's influencing these young girls to be ratchet, nasty, and trifling.
Okay.
And then she's telling y'all that y'all got carpet hair. So not only is she's influencing y'all to do that, but she's also insulting y'all at the same time. I hate that bitch.
All right. I ain't gonna play the whole thing because she's doing a lot of cussing. Okay. So I hear you. So this is you said Zaya. Is that who it is? I totally agree that I hate that girl. Okay. So my thing is this. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. And her name is Zaya. Shout out to her. Right. I'm not disagreeing with everything she said at all. My whole thing is I'm bringing up Megan Thee Stallion because if you're talking about young black girls, if you're talking about black women, Megan Thee Stallion does the same thing. Cardi B does the same thing. If Sexyy Red influences girls to be hypersexual, ratchet, and stuff like that, Megan Thee Stallion doesn't either. Now, no, of course, on the surface level, Megan doesn't look as what quote unquote dirty as Sexyy Red, and Megan doesn't do performative things when it comes to being black, right? However, Megan does play into a stereotype, which is the black Jezebel. Megan is known for twerking. She pops her ass every chance that she gets. Now, Sexyy Red is performative because she's trolling. She does it in a racial way to where white people enjoy that stuff, right? But they have the same impact on little girls because Megan doesn't do anything profound in her music. I know she represents women empowerment, but the same thing, if you're talking about she's liberated and sexually liberated, you could say the same thing about Sexyy Red. There is, I can see somewhat of a difference, but if you're talking about influence, if you're talking about influencing our daughters and everything like that, every time Megan releases a single, she's dressed half naked, popping her ass. Sexyy Red does the same thing. Sexyy Red is vulgar, and Megan Thee Stallion is vulgar. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Boss 51. But they're the same. If you're talking about hypersexual, Cardi B is the same. Cardi B cosplays a black woman being hypersexual and ratchet. She just looks better than Sexyy Red. She carries herself better than Sexyy Red. Now I know when it comes to being on a red carpet, right? Sexyy Red is gonna show up looking ratchet, not with no dress on. If it is a dress, she's gonna be like scantily clad. She's gonna look dirty and filthy, shoes off, stuff like that. When Megan shows up to a red carpet, she's gonna look elegant and classy and all this other stuff, right? Megan's gonna fix it up. However, the content of their music is the same stuff. It's the same stuff. It's hypersexual. Sexyy Red just says it in a different way. Now, you could say the same thing about Megan Thee Stallion as far as playing a Jezebel. She plays into a stereotype just like Sexyy Red does. So my whole thing is the influence. I'm not saying old girl is wrong for what she's saying at all, but I could say the same thing about Megan Thee Stallion because I don't think Megan Thee Stallion is good for our young girls. Hell, I don't think a lot of these women are good for our young girls these days. I don't think so. You can't sit here and say Cardi B is good for them or Megan is good for them and say Sexyy Red isn't though. But now Sexy Red trolls and goes overboard, like she does performative things, like going on a private jet, eating Popeye's chicken, purposely showing herself doing it. And Sexy Red did something disrespectful. She had a campaign with this whole "Make America Sexy Again," where she's sitting in the Oval Office getting hair from a white man, saying, "Yeah, I'm doing this for our ancestors." Completely disrespectful. Completely disrespectful. Right? I get that. But you can't be saying that Megan doesn't do the performative stuff as well. Not to that extent. But I think any woman who talks about sex all the time and always is twerking isn't good for black women either. So I don't agree with that at all. What you say? You said Sexy Red saying it's okay to have STDs, all this stuff. Meg is was it liberation without the connotation. Now I get that. She's Sexy Red is filthy and disgusting. I get it, but you're talking about content in their music. It's both sexual though. She just says more things that are more vulgar. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. But Megan Thee Stallion says, "Eat my ass like a bottom feeder." WAP. WAP. She put out during the pandemic. You remember her and Cardi B were bumping pussies together, talking about some WAP at the Grammys? That was very, very detrimental to young black girls. At the Grammys. Yeah, it was at the Grammys. And I made a uproar of that back then. We should have been alarmed back then, but guess what? Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are the reason for Sexy Red. You heard me. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are the reason for a Sexy Red. Sexy Red said, "Y'all want to go like that? Oh, okay. I'm gonna go harder with it." It was already out here. Big old freak. Now, I'm not saying, trust me, I'm not saying you can't rap about sex. Okay? Do your thing. Do your thing. But hip hop is on a global scale more than ever. They always like to bring up Kaya, Trina, and all them, but the difference is Kaya and Trina didn't have a platform like Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, and Glorilla and all them have. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference from back then. However, the stuff was still vulgar. Lil Kim was still vulgar, so it's always been here. Sexy Red just going harder with it, but you can't point the finger just at Sexy Red though, because Megan Thee Stallion, that's what I was saying. Like, she put out a single called Wet Ass Pussy. She put that out there, performed it with pussies, their coochies bumping together on a main stage at the Grammys, and they televised it. What's the difference between that and Sexy Red twerking, talking about her pussy is pink, booty hole brown? See, that's something we don't want to talk about. Why? Because Megan looks better than Sexy Red. Now, I know she talks about STDs and all the other stuff, which is trolling, but I don't really see a difference between them. You said Nicki is to blame for it. I ain't gonna say that. Nicki is the start for this rap girl wave, but Nicki before what? Nicki talked about sex, but not in this manner. Nicki wasn't twerking everywhere you saw her. She had a nice, sexy image, but she wasn't. She was talking about sex, but all of her singles weren't talking about that. Give me a Nicki Minaj single. Like, if you look at her first album, she had Save Me, Moment for Life, the song with Rihanna. It wasn't really talking about sex on there like that. Not in a single. Give me a Nicki Minaj single besides what I know Anaconda, but what was her main single where she just talking about sex the whole time? You said Super Bads? Well, I know Anaconda. Well, okay, yeah, no. What's that one? Super Freak. That's most recent. Anaconda. I'm talking about before that though. Nicki Minaj, that hadn't been her whole shtick though. Sexy Red, Super Bass wasn't all. Not Super Bass wasn't all about sex. You know, she said "You Got My Heartbeat Running Away." That was more of a love song. Super Bass wasn't like that. No, you spelled it right here. Super Bass. Nicki Minaj ain't the star for that. If you're gonna go to Nicki Minaj, go to Lil Kim. Lil Kim is the star for all of it. If we're gonna go back that far, I'm talking about within the last 4 or 5 years when Megan Thee Stallion got hot. Because Megan Thee Stallion, City Girls, it was about pussy. Nicki Minaj had content. I'll give her that. She had more content than just sex. She put out pills and potion. Like, I listen to Nicki Minaj albums, and even though they're not the best albums, she has a lot more content than Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, and all of them combined. Hell, even Lotto be having a lot of content. I'll give her that. But Lotto's main singles are about sex. But yeah, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and all of them, they're the reason for this Sexy Red. They are that. So yeah, don't beat up on Sexy Red. Although I mean you can, because I think she's detrimental too. I agree with her, but I also think that Megan Thee Stallion is detrimental as well. I saw a video just recently, a single she put out on her tour bus, nothing but ass everywhere, twerking, 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 twerking. So she's detrimental to black girls as well. Now let me ask you this: do you think that Megan Thee Stallion isn't detrimental to black girls? Man, forget. Okay, the degree don't matter. That degree don't matter. That don't just because you got a degree don't mean that you're playing into a stereotype. Sexy said you don't need a degree. I mean, you don't need a degree. You don't. You don't. You don't have to have a college degree. And this isn't taken up for Sexy Red. It's just I'm saying it all across the board. But let me ask y'all this in the comment section: do you think that Megan Thee Stallion is detrimental to young black girls? If a young black girl watches the way Megan Thee Stallion move, do you think that she shouldn't be marketed to kids? What you say? Meg is not marketed to little girls. Sexy Red is. Okay, I'll give you wiggle room for that. I'll give you some wiggle room for that, kind of, yeah. But you also, I can't say that all the way, because simply the fact that they put out that single WAP and they performed that at the Grammys. That's supposed to be where everybody can watch. Everybody should be able to watch that. And you had Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B doing some hot lesbian action on there. So no, not all the way. Now, Sexy Red is marketed to kids. I will give you that. She is more so than Megan, but Megan also, you know, what you say, Meg is marketed to women, Sexy Red being played at school. Megan is being played at schools too, though. Megan's being played at schools. Yes, she is. A lot of these kids have a lot of unfiltered stuff that's going on right now. So, nah. You saying Grammy haven't been friendly? Say no. But it's supposed to still be the Grammys. I don't care how friendly it's supposed to be, whatever. It's supposed to not be for the Grammys. You said Meg ain't showing up to schools. She don't have to show up to schools. Her music is still being played there. But anyway, y'all, I've been on past this hour. Hopefully everybody has a great July, prosperous week ahead of you. I might go live later on today. I don't know. But make sure that you subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/ResView. Also, make sure that you stream